Hello everyone and welcome to Learn TV channel for a new episode. I'm your host Angela and today we will welcome Salah Haswah and we will discuss about strategy and project management digital solutions and tools. Salah Haswah is a senior expert in project management mentor, consultant and education practice expert. With the constant changes in the workplace, consumer expectations continue to rise as well. Salah will shed some light on the importance of digital transformation and the necessity for companies to equip themselves with efficient digital tools. Salah, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you join us today.
Thank you, Angela, for having me. And it's my pleasure to be part of L3RN's initiative in sharing knowledge internationally.
We would like to explain to our audience what is strategy and project management digital solutions.
Well, it's the use of technology and software in reflecting strategy and project management practices. And it can start as little as having Excel or spreadsheets into more sophisticated tools. And of course, the use of the term solution gives it a broader definition that includes more variety of tasks. So when we're talking about a digital solution, usually it comprises with strategy domain as well as portfolio management, program management, project management, into benefits management and performance management as well.
What is the benefit of using strategy management and project management?
Generally speaking, the use of technology nowadays became as a must. No more it's like an opportunity and people trying to get ahead. All organizations are endorsing technology in their use, not only in strategy and project management. However, using the strategy and project management tools or digital solutions will enable to minimize the management efforts or what we call the management waste. Because, if you're looking at strategy and project management, it requires a lot of consistent follow-up. And if you're doing this manually, definitely it will entail a lot of work back and forth. But if we're using technology into our advantage, definitely it will minimize the waste in terms of our time and effort engaging people by having more visibility and accessibility throughout the projects and strategy in an instant. And that's what we call real-time data accessibility.
How will it bring the stakeholders or teams to collaborate?
That's a good question. Well, if you consider the pandemic that was, hit 2 years ago globally, the companies that were most effectively resilient toward this pandemic are those organizations that were mature digitally and they had proper tools in place. They managed to bring together the team in one platform, and that managed communication in more efficient manner.
How does this contribute to the ongoing projects?
Yeah, another point which I have mentioned earlier, which is very important, is the digital PMO concept, is the real-time data accessibility. So when you're having visibility on the project on ongoing basis, that will enable effective project management decision-making. And that's what the whole purpose of having those digital solutions enable those managers and even executives with broad visibility on those projects to be able to plan them properly, make sure they are as per the quality that we make sure as per the PMO standard, as well as the controlling when it comes to reporting, when it comes to follow-up and so on. So definitely the digital platform is a great enabler for those managers and executives with minimum waste.
How can artificial intelligence bring an advancement in the application of management?
Yeah, well, first of all, around 31% of enterprises were seen to adopt AI in 2019, and it's growing ever since. Artificial intelligence is going to help us in automating a lot of processes and bring us insights and minimize the rigorous efforts that we can put in as humans into the process. So definitely AI is the future. And even though AI is emerging massively in different specialization, it's still a little bit low in maturity when it comes to project management and strategy management tools. However, we've seen some indicators on some tools that are utilizing some features. For example, the reference class forecasting in Planisware, where it's trying to give us some recommendation on project management estimates, where it validates based on the database that it's acquiring from the organization, as well as other features like in the SPM, the strategy performance management, where it provides correlation analysis between different strategic objectives, which will help us give us insight in validating our assumptions within the strategy plan. And of course, I would believe the biggest AI feature that is really important is the AI feature that help us in doing portfolio management in selecting the best project mix. And we have usually different functions within that field, like prioritizing the projects, optimizing the projects, as well as balancing the projects. And definitely, if we are going to do that manually, it will take not only days, but weeks in order to make sure that we get the best result. And of course, even if we want to do it in software, it will still take a few days if we're considering more than 15 projects, like a pool of 15 projects or more. So AI would cut that in few minutes, and that would be a great advantage that we can utilize in AI doing strategy and project management.
Salah, what tools can be used within strategic project management?
Well, there are many, and however, I'm going to focus on the one that are providing what we call a full, complete digital solution, like end-to-end, which here comes into my mind 2 or 3. I would say strategy performance management, SPM, as well as Corporator, and as well as Clarity. Those are the top 3 contenders in providing full suite of solution from strategy into and project management as well.
What market trends have you observed when it comes to endorsement of strategy and project management tools?
That's a very good question. Well, first, let's start looking at it globally. So on the macro level, if we're talking about global digital transformation market, it's expected to grow from $470 billion up to $1 trillion in the next 5 years. And if we want to look now in the micro level, which is the strategy and project management software market. So if we're talking about project management software market, it's expected to grow from $5.3 billion up to $9.8 billion, which accounts for a compound annual growth rate of 10.7%. While the strategy software market is expected to grow from $1.6 billion up to $3.5 billion in the next 5 years, accounting for a compound annual growth rate of 13.9%. Now, having look at those trends and statistics, we also observe it locally, like in the Gulf market, Saudi Arabia, Emirates, and Bahrain. They are all motivated and directed to increase their digital maturity, and they are embracing more and more the software and project management within their business.
What are the top 2 tools to use and their main advantages in the organization?
I would say the SPM Smart Performance Management as well as Corporator. Those are the biggest contenders again, and their main advantages is they are providing one platform for everyone to be contributing and working across, as well as different features that will cover most of the features and the aspects that we look into management domains, including even administrative tasks, benefits management, and performance management as well.
What types of problems do they solve in the organization?
I would say the biggest problem that we have seen, and it still exists and persists, especially part of my job as a maturity assessor in strategy and project management, would be what we call having one version of the truth. So as you can see, organizations usually have different sources of getting the data, and that tend to have discrepancies. And that would create a mess and chaos, and that would sabotage the effective decision-making by senior management and executives. So having one tool or one solution to provide us what we call one version of the truth, one source of data for everyone. They can update, and we can get all this reflected updates all at once. Everybody can form some reports or dashboards against it. That will help in minimizing any efforts in following up with the different data sources. So that's one of the biggest issues that we're looking at. The second thing, the softwares usually provide tools that will enable us in generating better insights that will, such as like Monte Carlo simulation, sensitivity analysis, also doing the AI for selecting the best project mix, which will save us a great deal of time if we were about to do it manually. And the third problem I would say is make sure that the maturity or the governance within our organization for project and strategy management is enforced through this tool, because everybody is logged within the system. We know how they are contributing. So the people who were performing and they were not visible for management, now they will be more visible. Their achievements will be clear, not only for their managers, but also for the other key stakeholders within the organization. Those are the three key problems where the digital solution can contribute and help, not to mention other problems as well.
Thank you for this great discussion. It was a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you, Angela. The pleasure is all mine.
A big thanks to the viewers as well for tuning in and staying with us until the very end. If you want to follow more topics and discussions like this, make sure to follow us on LinkedIn and tune in every day for a new episode. Don't worry if you've missed something. You can always watch it again on our YouTube channel. If you have a suggestion for a topic that our experts can cover, do let us know and we will review it with our team. Until next time, stay tuned.